Good evening, everyone. I'm GetFlappy, and this is the Tenday Bulletin. A lot has happened over the last few weeks, but we start tonight with Dune 2, Timothée Chalamet's exciting new follow-up to the last movie in the series, Wonka. Dune 2 is coming to theaters March 1st, but take a look at what'll have you coming to Dune 2.
I don't know if someone needs to be fired or given a raise, but we just got revealed the popcorn buckets for Dune 2, and you see what it looks like. As a fellow popcorn bucket collector, I'm always looking forward to what popcorn buckets look like in relation to their movie.
Whoa. Hold on, let's put aside the fact that this looks like the thing that SpongeBob gets his rocks off to. No, stop it, no time! He just casually said, as a fellow popcorn bucket collector, I'm always looking forward to what popcorn buckets look like in relation to their movie. Like one might say, as a fellow free thinker, I always look forward to that maniac Taylor Swift's new clever scheme to take over the world in relation to her recent personal life choices. I feel like you're trying to relate to me, but holy shit, I cannot even fathom the world you live in. Moving on to Microsoft, a company, but also a joke about Bill Gates' penis. No. A little over a week ago, Microsoft announced layoffs for 1,900 employees, mainly in their gaming division. It's incredibly sad to see so many people lose work, and it's worse to see the way they do it because, as it turns out, even though Microsoft announced the layoffs on Thursday, they didn't actually fire their employees until the following Tuesday. As one ex-employee, Scott Parkin, tweeted, "They did it. They actually did it. They let us work with that over our heads and laid us off on our first day off." And he's right. These people were finishing an esports project while they knew layoffs were coming and had no idea what their fate was, only that they couldn't change it. That's incredibly disrespectful. It's like you're trying to finish an essay next to a guy with a knife who told you he's definitely going to stab someone and it might be you. Is it gonna be me? Why are you doing this? Pharrell Williams, artist behind the song Happy, and guy under This Big Hat, or This Tiny Hat. Williams is making an autobiographical motion picture performed entirely with Legos. This is true, and that's just about as batshit a sentence as Jason Derulo, in the year of our Lord 2024, made a new song about Mexican beverages, sampling a song from the 1950s. And the only thing that would make that crazier would be if it was actually a duet with Michael Bublé. And the insane thing is all of that is also true. Some news this week from Mars, the Pete Davidson of planets. It's cold, distant, and lifeless, but for some reason, everybody wants a piece. Ingenuity, the little helicopter that flew around on Mars' surface, has flown its last flight. Gone but not forgotten. You were always hovering at altitudes ranging between 10 and 15 feet, and waiting for your batteries to warm up after cold Martian nights. But that's enough from me. Let's hear what touching words you have from your favorite actor, William Shatner. What he had to say in your memory.
The helicopter did a heck of a job, and I want to congratulate the helicopter and the crew that ran the helicopter on a great mission. Mission accomplished. I'm William Shatner.
What the fuck was that? And why did he say his name at the end like it was a nervous voicemail? Nevertheless, Ingenuity, thank you for your 72 flights on Mars. We salute you. Speaking of places Ingenuity won't fly, Hasbro. Hasbro is in talks to sell D&D to Tencent, a company in China you may know for owning Riot Games. It's hard to see any upside to this transaction, as among other issues, Riot recently had to pay out $100 million to over 1,500 women in a gender discrimination settlement. But you know what they say. You can't spell waifu without thousands of years of gender inequality. But I'd like to move on to our main story tonight, which has to do with books, or as I like to call them, inferior rectangles. If you're into sci-fi, you've probably heard of the Hugo Awards. It's an annual awards ceremony for sci-fi novels, series, print media, dramatic presentations, and something called a fanzine, which I can only assume is off-brand mac and cheese. But Dad, can't we have craft? God damn it, Billy, no, I don't care how much more it tastes like pool water, you're going to eat fanzine, and you're going to like it. Well, over the last couple weeks, a story has been developing after the most recent Hugo Awards in China, dealing with some issues with transparency in the voting process. Usually what happens is that a list of their nominees, along with their number of votes, are released within 12 hours or so of the event. This document is the main source of transparency for the award, and instead of the normal 12 hours, the committee in charge of the voting system waited the maximum 90 days to release their Excel spreadsheet. And that's when all hell broke loose.
When the statistics for the finalists in the 2023 Hugo Awards were finally announced, there were a whole bunch of books that people thought should be there that made it to the finalists. They just had a asterisk next to their name and a notation down below that they were simply not eligible. Particularly observant viewers of this video might note a common thread among the authors who were disqualified. Either they were LGBTQ+ or openly critical of the Chinese government.
Yeah, he's right. And I know what you're thinking. That guy may look like his Warlock patron would be the idea of hockey, but he really actually likes books. Rebecca Kwong, Shiren-J Zhao, Paul Weimer, and Neil Gaiman, among several others, were all deemed ineligible to receive awards with absolutely no reason provided. So people began to ask what the fuck is going on. And they did so on, I shit you not, this guy's Facebook page. Dave McCarty was the director of the event, and I bet you're thinking, well, Facebook seems like a good formal place to clearly and succinctly form an understanding, only of course you're not fucking thinking that, because Facebook is a horrible cesspool where you have 500 friends and you blocked all but 3. McCarty instead responded to those looking for a straightforward answer like this.
After reviewing the Constitution and the rules we must follow, the administration team determined those works/persons were not eligible. When followed up on that, the response came back, asked and answered. And then, are you slow? And then, you can't parse a sentence in what I assume is your native language.
So, Dave has resigned, but still there are no answers for the nominees who were disqualified. Shiren-J Zhao has just changed their Twitter bio to say, and this is real, #1 New York Times bestselling and Hugo Award disqualified author. If you want to help get answers for these writers, try sending an email to the Chengdu Worldcon team at the email address on the screen here. Before you go, I do want to take some time to talk about Black History Month. While at times our little hobby communities are incredibly fun and endlessly entertaining, they can also be hostile to people who don't look like, well, me. Let's face it, I look like the love child of board games and craft beer. But this month, I want to take some time at the end of each show to celebrate and highlight some of the Black voices that make our community so great. With that said, today we are celebrating the internet's favorite beefcake. And okay, I realize this picture on a white background makes it look like an in memoriam, but he's very much alive. Here, that's much better. He's a stand-up comic in LA, an avid gamer, and host of, well, something coming up on Dropout.tv. We don't know what it is yet. His name is ifynwadiwe, and his socials are in the description. Enjoy.
Oh, my lips are just tingling.
A cup of fresh squeezed ass, ifynwadiwe.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah. If you get them wet, they just get nasty, stanky. I mean, it's just another one of the multiple ways. I don't know how they procreate, but I assume that one dude has a lot of work.
I can get you whatever you like and then some. And, you know, look, sexy eagle ladies. I'm sure that you can, I don't know the mating rituals of your kind, but I'm gonna give you whatever you want.
You know, but my parents were there and good parents, so you couldn't just fuck like a kid in Euphoria.
Oh,
I mean,
big
have you seen the movie Anaconda? I'm here to repopulate your planet.
You're here to repopulate our planet.
W-I-E-S-A-T apostrophe T-A-T-T-R-A-H-T. Who's that Tatterat?
If you had good sex tonight because of that, thank you.
That was the 10-day Bulletin. We're off next week for my birthday, back February 19th. I'm GetFlappy. Now you know, here are ABCs. Good night.